Ventum's module framework imposes a small handful of standard GUI elements onto portal sites to enhance interactivity. The majority of our modules will make use of these elements, and the resulting experience will be one of consistency and recognizability to the user. The most immediately visible element is what we call panels. The area usually reserved for the navigation has been divided into a sliding panel system where the user can toggle the visibility of individual module panels by clicking the header bar. This goes for the navigation panel as well, of course. This is not only an effective way for several modules to share limited space, it is also quick to use as there is no need for page reloads. The panels simply give way to each other as needed. A module panel will typically be populated by a number of items presented in rows, such as rows of inbox messages in the messaging panel or rows of bookmarks in the bookmarks panel. But not all parts of a portal site have such a navigation area, so let me just follow a bookmark into MU to show you how we have implemented the panel concept here. As you can see, the same messages, and indeed the same bookmarks, are directly available in the existing panel-like structure of MU2. And if I go to the basket, you will see a similar seamless integration of panels into the existing basket plugin menu. The next thing you might notice is additional buttons. But to maintain the subtlety and consistency of a portal site design, a framework module will only ever add buttons where there are already buttons in the portal. Like these two buttons have been added to the file-specific buttons, this one to the page-specific buttons, and this one has been added to the global button toolbar. A less subtle interface element is the pop-up. A module may show you a notification pop-up that you can close with a click of a button, or it may show you that you have to wait for a process to finish. Or finally, it may prompt you for data input. The notion of input fields should be familiar to any regular internet user, from the simple text fields to more elaborate jQuery calendars. Each form field is supported by a help button that the user may turn to for a more in-depth description of what is required of him. These help messages can be expanded and collapsed as needed. And the form may be broken down and navigated by tabs in order to gather relevant data in separate logical groups, or simply to avoid the form appearing too long and daunting. Finally, we call this element the slider. The framework may need to notify the user from time to time. It could be that a background process has finished, or that an incoming job or user message may require some attention. On one hand, our user will want to know these things, but on the other, he doesn't want an aggressive pop-up message to completely block out what he's working on right now. So the slider is designed to let the user know that something is waiting for an action, but it will not ruin his concentration, and it will sit quietly at the side of the screen and wait for him to turn his attention to it. When the mouse is hovering over the slider, it will reappear and a short notification will be displayed in a ticker fashion. Several notifications may arrive at once. You can see I got a bunch of 3 here, and the user will be able to cycle through them with the arrow buttons on the slider. A little colored glass button at the tip of the slider will show you the urgency of the different notifications. When the mouse no longer hovers over the slider, it will return to its waiting position until either the mouse hovers over it again or the lifespan of the notification times out, at which point the slider disappears completely, at least until new notifications are received.